While the myths serve as an allegorical framework, the philosophical core of the Devi Mahatmya is provided by its celebrated hymns, the Brahma Stuti, the Shakradi Stuti, the Narayani Stuti, and the Aparajita Stuti. Although the tradition of Durga Puja draws upon multiple pre-Aryan, non-Aryan, Aboriginal, and Dravidian sources, the vision of the goddess that emerges from these hymns is purely Vedantic. Gita Shastri Jagadish Chandra Ghosh analyzes several celebrated verses from the Kenopanishad and the Bhagavad Gita with reference to verses in the Devi Mahatmya and concludes that since the attributes of the Devi are no different from the attributes of Brahman of the Upanishads, the Devi is no different from Brahman. Here he goes a step further than the traditional duality of various Hindu schools, be it Purusha and Prakriti of Samkhya, Shiva and Shakti of Tantra, or Brahman and Maya of Vedanta, and contends, based on the reading of the Chandi hymns, that the Devi is no different from Brahman, the one eternally abiding cosmic principle of the universe.
So, in the text, which seriously, on a superficial level, looks like a bunch of bloody battles between the Divine Mother and demons, but that's only the superficial level. There is a point in the story where the Divine Mother has manifested many forms. She does this twice, but in this part, to fight the demons Shumba and Nishumba, which, for your information, are me and mine. Shumba is the ego, and Nishumba is the closer than to Shumba than his very own self, the sense of me, mine. So each of these demon stories can be read on a psychological level, and each of these demon stories can also be read on an energetic level. So in this story, the Divine Mother and her other mothers, little mothers, the Matrikas, have slaughtered or knocked down all the armies of Shumba and Nishumba, and only Shumba is left. And Shumba said, "You're not playing right. You have all these helpers and I am just one." And the mother says to him, the Chandi Mahavakya, "Ekai vaham jagat yatra. Eka eva aham jagati atra. Eka, one. I am the only one here in this world. Dvitiya ka ma mapara. What other second is there other than me?" In other words, the mother is speaking as Brahman. I am the only one here. This entire universe is nothing but me, with everything in it, is nothing but me. So that's the Chandi Mahavakya.
Here, it is important to keep in mind Ramakrishna Paramahansa's famous words, Brahman and Shakti are identical. It is the primordial power that has become the world and all living beings. That which sports with Kala is called Kali. She is the primal energy. Kala and Kali, Brahman and Shakti are indivisible. Thomas B. Coburn states that though feminine motives are pervasive in the text, so far as the Devi Mahatmya is concerned, to demonstrate anything, it is that ultimate reality is really ultimate, not that it is feminine. The goddess is simultaneously a transcendent phenomenon, being the only reality behind the entire cosmos, an internal, inward phenomenon, being the thoughts, feelings, and perceptions that flow through individuals, as well as an immanent phenomenon being operative both as the material world and in the material world. The fact of Shakti is one, though the forms of Shakti may be many. Echoing the Brahma Stuti, where the goddess is described as Mahavidya, Mahamaya, Mahamedha, Mahaspriti, Mahamoha cha bhavati, Mahadevi, Mahasuri. The ultimate reality is understood as being gloriously paradoxical. Residing in our hearts, Shakti is both the great goddess and the great demoness. The famous Aparajita Stuti says in chapter 5 of the Devi Mahatmya, the goddess abides in the elements as consciousness, as deep sleep, as light, as shadow. But she is the only one who will anchor our turbulent voyage through the choppy waves of samsara of existence and guide us to a safer place beyond the reach of the Mahisha.
Om Namo Devai Mahadevai Shivai Satatang Namah Namah Prakritai Bhadrayai Niyata Pranata Smatam Raudrayai Namo Nityayai Gauryai Dhatrai Namo Namah Jyotsnayai Chendurupirai Sukhayai Satatang Namah Kalyanai Pranata Vridhai Siddhai Kurmo Namo Namah Nairittai Bhrubritang Lakshmai Sharvanai Te Namo Namah Durgayai Durgaparayai Sarayai Sarvakarinai Kyatyai Tathaiva Krishnayai Dhumrayai Satatang Namah Atisammati Raudrayai Natastasyai Namo Namah Namo Jagat Pratishthayai Devai Krittai Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vishnumaiti Shabdita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah.
मधुकैटव विध्वंसी विधात्री वरदे नमः रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि महिषासुर